Welcome to Aral TARLAKHenyo here on RTBI Tarlac Channel 26, simulcast over DZTC 828 AM, Radio Filipino Tarlac. Join me in this 25-minute full of learning. I am Ricarte Maglalang, your teacher broadcaster, saying, Good morning, grade 4 learners. Before we begin, I will give you a few seconds to get the things that you will use: compendium of notes, paper, pen, and ruler. Please settle down and let's get started. For today's lesson, you are going to learn describing, intersecting, parallel, and perpendicular lines. Open your Mathematics Grade 4 Compendium of Notes on page 4. Before describing intersecting, parallel, and perpendicular lines, you must know first the concept of points and lines. What can you see on your screen? Yes, very good. It is a dot or a point. Everything we draw starts with a point. It is the most fundamental object in geometry. A point is represented by a dot and is named by a capital letter. On your screen, the point is read as point P. Another example of points, we have points A, B, N, O, and X. Can you now describe a point? Yes. A point has no thickness. Very good. It has no width. Very good. And has no length. Correct. Can we associate point in our daily lives? Yes, of course. Where can we associate it? We can associate points in stars in the sky, tip of a pen, beads, mango seeds. What else? A mole. Cells in the body. Correct. Another. Corner of a wall. An atom. Very good. How do we name a point? A point is named by a capital letter. Very good. How do you describe a point? A point has no thickness, no width, and no length. Good job. Next to point is the line. A line is a set of points that extends infinitely in both directions. What does infinitely means? It means without end or without limit. It is named by two distinct points in the line, given point P and point M. Connecting it and extending in both sides will form line PM. The name of the line is line PM. Can we also name it as line MP? Yes, it is. So the name of the line is line PM or line MP. Now, it does not mean that point P and point M are the only points in the line. You can put some points in between P and M or beyond. Not only two capital letters you can name a line. A line is also named by a small letter. The name of the line in your screen is line N. Can you now describe a line? A line has a length. Yes, very good. It has no thickness nor width. Correct. It can extend in both directions without end. Very good. And it has two double-end arrow. Correct. Very good. Now, where can you associate line in our real life? Yes, very good. in train tracks, edge of a table. What else? Center line on a highway, cable wire. Very good. Okay. Now let's have a drill. Get a pencil and ruler. Draw two lines by connecting the given points A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Copy the set of points needed in a separate space before you draw the lines. Do it in a sheet of paper. I made one example. I connected line BG and line CF. And it goes like this. Now, it's your turn. I will give you 5 seconds to draw each figure. For number 1, connect line AF and line EB. Go. Does it look like this? Very good. Next, number 2. Connect the line AF and line BG. Go. Do we have the same figure? Great. Next, number 2. Connect the line CG and FH. Go. Is it like this? That's it. Number 4. Connect the line AE and line BF. Do we have the same figure? That's great. Number 5. Connect the lines DH and GH. Go. Is the figure like this? Nice. Let's move on to number 6. Will you connect the line FC and line EF? Go. Is it like this? All right. Number 7. Connect the lines BD and EG. Go. Do we have the same figure? Very good. Are you aware of the COVID-19 pandemic? It caused lockdown in different areas, prohibiting us to travel in different places in the country. For a long time without travel, we might forget the road signs. Will you please recall the names of the following signages? What is the name of the signage? Good job. It is called pedestrian crossing. Do you have this signage in front of the gate of your school? Of course, yes. What is the use of the pedestrian crossing? It is where the pedestrians should cross from one side of the road to the other. Very good. What is the name of the next signage? Good thinking. It is called road crossing or intersection. What about the signage? Yes, very good. It is no parking on both sides of the road. What geometrical figures are similar to those signages? Are you thinking of lines? Intersecting, parallel, and perpendicular lines? Congratulations! You are now ready to learn new lessons. Look at the figure. How many lines are there? Great! There are 2 lines. Give me the name of the 2 lines. They are line AB and line BC. Very good. Did the lines meet or cross each other? Good job. At what point did they meet? Yes, at point B. What do you call now lines AB and BC? Lines AB and BC are called intersecting lines. What is then now intersecting lines? Intersecting lines are lines that meet at a point. I repeat, intersecting lines are lines that meet at a point. What do you call the point where the lines meet? It is called the point of intersection. So in this case, lines AB and BC, point B is the point of intersection. What are the 2 lines? You're right. Lines R and line T. Where did they meet? Very good. At point M. What do you call point M? Point M is the point of intersection. Very good. What do you call then line R and line T? Lines R and T are called intersecting lines. What are intersecting lines? Very good. Intersecting lines are lines that meet at a point. And remember, 2 lines on the same plane will only meet once. What are some examples of intersecting lines in our daily life? Can you give some of those? All right. The railroad tracks. Very good. Cyclone wire. Correct. Spokes in a wheel of a bicycle. Very good. The structure of a roof. Correct. Now, give me the names of the 2 lines. Yes, very good. Line M and line N. Try to extend the 2 lines in both directions. Do you think line M and line N intersect with each other if they extend in both directions? If your answer is no, You are correct. These lines are called parallel lines. So what are parallel lines then? Parallel lines are lines in the same plane that will never intersect. I repeat, parallel lines are lines in the same plane that will never intersect. Parallel lines remain the same distance apart at all times. Another example, line AB is parallel to line CD. As long as the distance from point A to point C must be the same with the distance from point B to point D. Will you give some examples of parallel lines in our daily lives? Lines on a paper, you're smart. Frame of a window, correct. Markings at the center of the road. Iron bars in a gate. Edge of a table. Very good. Next, give the names of the two lines. Line LR and line RT. Very good. Let us compare the figure with intersecting lines. Line LR intersect line RT at point R, as shown in the figure. What do you call point R? Very good. Point R is the point of intersection. The intersection formed a square corner or a right angle. Do you know what is a right angle? Very good. A right angle is an angle that measures 90 degrees. Therefore, lines LR and RT are called perpendicular lines. What is then a perpendicular line? Perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect and form a right angle. Perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect and form a right angle. Look at the figure. How many lines are there? Very good. There are 3 lines. What are those lines? We have line A, line B, and line C. Great. From those lines, can you give a parallel line? Line A is parallel to line B. Which lines are perpendicular? Yes, very good. Lines A and C are perpendicular lines. Why? Because line A and line C intersect each other and form right angle in their intersection. Is line B also perpendicular to line C? Yes or no? If your answer is yes, you are correct. But why? Because line A and line B are parallel. Since line A is perpendicular to line C, therefore, line B is also perpendicular to line C, although there is no square sign in the intersection of line B and line C. What are some examples of perpendicular lines in our daily lives? A crossroad signage, frame of a window, clock at 3 o'clock, a compass, edge of a blackboard. Very good. Those are all correct. Let's have a wrap-up of what you have learned today. What are the different kinds of lines? The different kinds of lines are intersecting lines, parallel lines, and perpendicular lines. Good job! How do they differ from each other? Intersecting lines are lines meet at a point. And remember, those two lines on the same plane will only meet once. Parallel lines are lines in the same plane that will never intersect. Perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect and form a right angle. The point wherein the lines intersecting and perpendicular lines meet is called the point of intersection. Two lines are said to be perpendicular if and only their intersection formed a right angle. If not, they are called intersecting lines. Are you now ready for some activities? Okay, let's do the following activities. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. For activity 1, number 1, write the letter of the correct answer. Which of these lines meet at a point and produce a square corner or right angle? Is it A, connecting lines, B, parallel lines, C, intersecting lines, or D, perpendicular lines? Go! Number 2, which of these lines never meet or intersect in any point? Is it A, connecting lines, B, parallel lines, C, intersecting lines, or D, perpendicular lines? Go! Number 3, as shown in the figure, what are these lines that meet at a single point? Is it A, collinear, B, intersecting lines, C, parallel lines, or D, perpendicular lines? Go! Number 4, which of the following has the same distance apart at all times? Is it A, intersecting lines, B, parallel lines, C, line segment, or D, perpendicular lines? Go! For number 5, which of the following is not correct? A, intersecting lines meet at one point, B, lines are set of points, C, parallel lines meet if extended, or D, perpendicular lines formed a right angle? Go! Okay, let us check your answers. For number 1, the answer is letter D. For number 2, the answer is letter B. For number 3, the answer is letter B. For number 4, letter B. And number 5 is letter C. I assume that most of you got 5 or 4. Okay. Am I correct? I hope so. Do you want more activities? Okay. So you open your worksheets on page 4 and 5.